All right, so I was thinking I was ready to pull this door off the car and it was ready to go to the shed because I finished up the front of the post for a good door gap. And then I remembered, because I put a piece of masking tape reminder here, when I bought this car, somebody had taken the side windows out of it and everything was thrown inside in the floor. And anyway, this is the rear track for a door, for a four-door. It goes down in here. Now, if you can see that, you're supposed to loosen that nut off and then pull this up because it's slotted. So somebody that didn't know what they were doing took the car apart and got a little rough with it, and you can see those tabs that are kind of folded downward. Anyway, they basically ripped that off of the door. So now I have to go through and I'm going to have to drill some holes and then plug weld this back into its position. So I'm going to show you where it's supposed to go. That's too bright. Let's try one click lower. If I can find it here. This is going to be kind of hard to get. There's a spot weld right there. Two of them, one there and one there. Anyway, you can see kind of what's left of them anyway. If that's showing up at all. It's going to be hard to do with the light, but I'll take you over here and show you the driver's side door of what it looks like in there. So that's what's supposed to be in there. So I've got to get the track off of that. I'm gonna have to straighten out the flanges and then try to get that properly located so it'll go in there. But that's what you get sometimes with these old cars. You got to fix even the smallest thing. You really got to have a welder, that's for sure. All right, so I got the track off of the piece. Now I'm going to try to straighten these flanges out. Just using some inexpensive flat jaw pliers here, duckbill pliers, whatever you want to call them. So this piece that's in the back of that door, it may be different on a 56 actually. This is definitely for 55, but anyway, it has a little really thin flat-headed carriage bolt in there, and I just basically run the nut back down there on the bolt. But it has side-to-side adjustment on it, and that is for the window track to get it in line with everything else pretty much. Anyway, now I gotta try to figure out exactly how that goes. I better go look at the other to make sure I don't have it upside down. I did draw an up arrow on it. I'm trying to line it up in here where it was pulled off. You can still see the two parts in it. I can't tell how that goes in there. I mean, I know how it goes in there, I'm just not sure. From the two little, what's left of a metal piece on the top, I don't see where it's missing out of this. It doesn't match up. So I'm going to have to do some measurements off of the other one and come over here and measure it out in here to do it. So, dang it. Well, this turned into more fun. All right, so I measured off the other side, flipped it to this side. I've got it marked out, and I did double check it. Yeah, because last time I didn't measure twice. I still cut it too short. So anyway, what I ended up doing, this is the most open set of vice grips I have, which are not wide enough. I was wanting to try to clamp this where it needs to go, but I had to get around this and the back here, and it's too skinny, so it won't work. So what I did was I basically drilled 2 holes in there where the spot welds would need to be to spot weld this back on, or plug weld it. And I drilled it from the inside with my drill, and then I placed this in there because when I got this set up in there where it needed to go, I drew around it with my fine tip Sharpie in here. And anyway, so I lined it up where it needed to be, and then I used the Sharpie and drew a circle through the holes I drilled in the back of the door on this, and then I drilled this out. So anyway, I'm going to use some machine screws here and nuts to put it on, and they're 832 machine screws. It's all I have, and the only nuts I have for these are nylon lock nuts, so it's going to kind of suck. But it's all I got. I didn't want to put a regular screw in there because it always, tweaks it out a little bit. I want to make sure this is nice and flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bolt this where it needs to go, bolt it down tight. And then I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to put a little stitch at the top and a little stitch at the bottom, and then I'll come back around here. I'll remove the screws and nuts, and then I'll come back around this side and I'll fill this, basically plug weld it back in, and then I'll just grind those welds down. So it should not come off again. Should not. Sometimes the best way to do things is the hardest way. Man, this turned into a mess. All this work just on doors. Alright, so I got that piece screwed in there. I did end up finding some regular 832 nuts instead of nylocks because it was just a pain in the butt as long as they were. So I'm going to go in here and tack. Put a couple of pretty good little stitch tacky tacks in here, and from the inside, if I can. Then, after it cools down a little bit, I'll remove the screws and nuts, and then I'm going to plug weld it from them holes I got drilled in there. Well, that ought to hold good enough till I get paint on the car and then go to use it to bolt it down and it breaks off. No, I'm kidding. I was going to try to stitch it, but I'm afraid it's going to just blow holes, so I just gave it some pretty good tacks all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 tacks. 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom. All right. I'm actually going to go in and get something to drink. All right, I started taking the screws out already. Forgot to turn the camera back on. Yeah. All right. Probably around an hour's worth of work for that by the time I had to go out and find that piece, this piece out in my shed. Golly. Sometimes that's the way it goes. But it's done now. That's funny, I said it's done and I still gotta grind it. Go ahead and do that. Yep, that's pretty hot. That piece was kind of surface rusty, but so some of the welds, you know, when it's rusty like that and you're trying to put a little weld on there, it kind of does a little. I don't know if I can do this on the tripod or not. I'll turn this sideways. Hopefully the thing will stay straight. I don't know if you can see it in there or not. Some of the welds, little spot welds look all right. Some of them are kind of chicken poopy, but that weld I just put down there on the outside will hold it. I don't like fully going in and grinding something really, really hard right off the bat when it's hot. It's just going to create more heat and more warpage. So I let it cool down where it doesn't burn my finger much. Really low speed and just let that 36 grit just kind of eat it a little bit. You can catch it just as it disappeared, so that's when you want to stop because you're level, you're even with the rest of the metal. So you keep going and you're going to thin it out and then it would just break off. And that paper's totaled out. It didn't even want to do nothing. All right, now it's done. So now this door is ready to remove from the car and put in my shed. So that's one down. And then this door is, oh yeah, I got to finish this lower corner down here. It's a little tight, so I've marked it out, so I need to pull the door off, grind it to my mark, re-weld it, and then shape it again, file it. And then this door will be done. Left front door's done. Passenger side rear door, or no, driver's side rear door, not done. Did I call that passenger side front door too? Golly. It's getting too late. My hardtop's outside in the dark, and I don't want any neighborhood cats getting in there and having them a good old time.